It is extremely important to me that the stories we share are authentic and that we strive to tell both perspectives. I've been a local to this remarkable island 3 times and a tourist too many times to count. Our Home Your Holiday celebrates Aruba. There's a reason why Arubans are so patriotic, and there's a reason why visitors keep coming back. Let's dive into the elements that makes Aruba our home and the perfect holiday.
I'm not a hero, I'm just an Arubian born and raised person doing the right thing. That's the right thing to do.
It was the lost backpack post seen all over Facebook. A backpack and kiteboard flew off of a moving vehicle near Yamanota. The lost backpack even made local news. Inside the backpack, a passport, $4,000 in cash, irreplaceable belongings, and most importantly, medication not available in Aruba. By the end of the day, every post had been updated. Found. People across Aruba were calling it a miracle, saying this happened only in Aruba. And the founder was being named a hero. Franklin Ashby here not only found the backpack while driving, but he spent hours out of his very busy workday looking for its rightful owner. It wasn't until later that evening he was able to connect with Eduardo to return it. Get this, he never even opened the backpack to go through it.
I'm not sure what's in the bag because I just picked it up and I didn't went through it or anything. Some friends, they messaged me, "You stupid, I would have kept the money." He offered to give something. I told him, no, I didn't do it for that. It was just a spontaneous reaction, you know. I said, enjoy the island. Make sure you just, when you go back home, when you get back home, share with your friends and family and, you know, tell them, come to visit the island, you know, and that's it. I'll be happy with that.
Franklin works in logistics, specializing in import and export, including fireworks. He's a husband and father of 2 boys. Franklin was in the middle of a particularly busy workday when he spotted a backpack lying in the middle of nowhere. Here's a full breakdown of what happened from the moment Franklin made that discovery.
Married 27 years. I was going to get lunch for the guys working with the fireworks, unloading fireworks, and in the area where we have to go through is the French Pass. The area, there's no one, no houses, nothing there. I just saw a UTV going the opposite way, and I did the curve. I took the curve into the French Pass, and as soon as I did the curve, I saw the backpack laying on the ground and the board. So spontaneous reaction was to just pick it up and go after the UTV. So I picked it up, went after UTV, couldn't find the UTV anywhere close in the area. I kept driving, went all the way to the roundabout by Pochiquito. There's where I met the first UTV, and I asked them, "Hey, is this your guy's backpack? You lost a backpack, a black backpack?" And they said no. Then I continued driving. I met the next UTV in the area of Savaneta, and I asked them again, "Did you guys lose something in the French Pass?" No, we didn't lose anything. They were like, when I got to Savaneta, I said, I can't keep going and asking everybody because there's so many UTVs, so many rental cars going around the island. So I went back to the area and I stayed there, driving back and forth, see if someone would pass there, maybe ask me if I found something or nothing. Didn't happen. And that's when I decided to just open one of the pockets to see if I can get some kind of documentation or something. I was lucky enough to find in the first pocket some reservations for Airbnb that said the name of the person. And when it said the name of the person, I went online and I found his Facebook page. I sent a message, and then I saw on the reservation that it was for a place in Yamanota Mountain here in Aruba, that they have an Airbnb. So I said, let me go in that area and see if I can figure out which of all those beautiful houses is the one they might be staying, or someone is there, or someone is looking. I stayed there for more than an hour, driving in the area, going up and down the hill, you know, maybe someone will see me suspicious. I stayed there for like more than an hour.
In a world where tourists are often targets for pickpockets, Aruba stands apart. Here, if you accidentally lose something valuable, there's a real chance that you'll get it back, just like what happened to our visitor, Eduardo.
Without me knowing, it was already all over. I got home, I still didn't know that it was on the social media, and he sent me a message, and he called, and he said, "Hey, do you have the backpack?" I said, "Yes, I have the backpack. I've been trying to contact you by Facebook, but I noticed that you don't open your Facebook." So, yes, he didn't get no messages, but he called me, he said, "Yes, did you get my passport?" I said, "Oops, I'm not sure what's in the bag because I just picked it up and I didn't went through it or anything. But I found your name, and that's how I send messages to the social media pages. And now they're telling me that you've been looking for it the whole day. I've had it the whole day since lunchtime, and that's when he came. I offered even to take it to him. I didn't know if he knew how to go around and stuff like that, but they were together with a bunch of friends, and I sent them my location. I just got home, and they came like after 15-20 minutes. I told him, yes, I have your backpack. He took a picture. He was so happy, and the picture actually was for him to keep, and because I didn't want no exposure, no nothing. I told him I don't need it. He offered to give something. I told him no, I didn't do it for that. It was just a spontaneous reaction,
Eduardo didn't just recover his backpack, he gained a new friend. Think about it, Franklin was so respectful that he didn't even go through the bag.
My idea was never to look in the backpack. My idea was to give it to that UTV, thinking that it was from them. I didn't want to go through it. After I found out that it wasn't of any of the 2 UTVs that I asked, I said, let me try finding any information to see who it's from. And that's how I found the name, and I said, that's enough. With this name, I can get someone who knows who this backpack belongs. I saw a digital camera, I think it's a video digital camera in the back because I opened, but I didn't really dig into the back and stuff like that.
Because you didn't even want to be invasive.
Yes, I didn't want to be invasive. It's someone's personal property. I just wanted to give it back as soon as possible.
Franklin here is a true ambassador for our One Happy Island. He knows Aruba is a tourism-driven economy, and he believes that keeping visitors feeling welcome is something we all have a responsibility to uphold, whether in big ways or small.
I live here where people visit for tourism, and I travel too. There are a lot of beautiful places around the world, but we have a good combination of everything, or the most what people are seeking out there when they're going on vacation. Nice place to stay. People treat you nice wherever you go. Most of the time, you have. If you need any help, I've done that too. I've driven people all the way to Baby Beach. They're looking for Baby Beach all the way in North. Imagine that. And I drive with them to show them where Baby Beach is, because I say, hey, if you're looking for Baby Beach in Arashi, you're far away from home, So I take the time. I just drive them over, and do those kind of things. And it's not only me, I'm sure a lot of people do it. And that's the way.
It's just part of how
it's part of how we are here.
Now, let's not overlook how differently this actually could have turned out. Franklin, how lucky do you think Eduardo is that the backpack landed, so to speak, on your lap instead of anyone else's?
Very lucky. Very lucky. Imagine you walking in the woods and you find a backpack and you're by yourself and you find even the digital camera which I saw. Imagine no one is seeing you, no one, just someone up there who might be seeing you, checking if you're doing the right thing. That's the way it happened.
That's the way
that's the way it happened. Remember, there are no houses in the area. It's just the French Pass, that area, which is just rocks, hills, and trees. So I could have just keep it and go home and then go after and find everything. That was never the idea. Or anyone. If anyone else would have found it, I can imagine if it wasn't someone born and raised here, not to discriminate anyone or anything, but they might think no one is seeing, no houses, no possibilities of any cameras around or stuff like that. I'll keep it. I've had some friends send me messages. I would have kept the money. Yes. No, some friends, they messaged me, "You stupid, I would have kept the money." But I said, no, it's not me. Yeah. I just didn't want to go through the stuff. I just want to hand the stuff over, and I'm glad he got his bag back and his board and stuff like that, so he can continue with his kite surfing, enjoying the island.
And during my conversation with Franklin, something truly remarkable happened. He shared something in passing. Listen closely.
A lot of people calling me and saying like it's a hero type of thing, but I've been involved in many other things that are like very how you call it, like people almost losing their life in front of my office, and I had to do CPR. And the gentleman is happy that I was there to help because that's what saved his life. You know, I didn't never take a CPR course or stuff like that, but I did my best till the ambulance could get here and help him out, you know. And there was no need, you know, to say I'm a hero. I just spontaneously tried to help the person that was in need.
A few minutes later, someone unexpected walks through Franklin's office doors.
Imagine, this is the guy who I come in. He is the person who got the attack here. I haven't seen him for more than a year.
Yes.
I haven't seen him for more.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my God! See how I get.
I was just talking about that.
Yes.
Oh, shock.
Franklin is completely caught off guard with goosebumps and all. Here's what happened. Chris was driving when he suddenly fell ill. He managed to pull over right in front of Franklin's office, got out of the car, and immediately collapsed. There were police officers following Chris in his car because he was driving suspiciously due to his illness. It was Franklin, though, who jumped into action even with authorities on site. He performed CPR and ultimately saved Chris's life. They hadn't seen each other in over a year, and until now, they had never really spoken about what happened.
I haven't seen him for more than a year.
Yeah, it's been more than that.
Yes, more than a year, I think.
So
you know?
one day I was just driving around the road there and I felt pain. And I knew I had to stop at the first place I came in right there. And I came in like in a drastic like brakes, and just 2 police cars came in behind me suspecting something was wrong. And I collapsed. By the time I was talking to them, I saw they started to get panicked. I think they didn't know how to react. Next thing I knew, I woke up
in the hospital.
And Franklin performed CPR on you?
I kept pumping him. I told the police officers, call the ambulance, tell them to come very urgent because we were losing him. I was pumping and I was talking to him. If you can hear me, just move your hand or clip your eyes. And he was doing that. I was pumping. Even when the ambulance got here, they worked on him for a while before taking him to the hospital to stabilize him. And I'm getting a lot of goosebumps right now because I haven't seen him for a while, and I just mentioned to you that I've been through big things like this, and I never needed the exposure for this, and now he shows up right here when you're visiting. So I mean, he knew he had to do life changes also to continue with his life without all that medical situation, you know. And
It's
I mean,
been a long road, still is.
Yes.
But having a kid that's single dad, it puts things into a...
Oh my goodness. Did you guys know each other? Did you know each other when you came?
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
And you haven't seen each other in over a year, and he just showed up today.
More than a year.
Never talked about it.
Never talked about it. He came by and said hi to me and thank you very much because it was life-saving, whatever I did to him. No one knew what to do. You know, we were a lot of people here working, and the officers that came, they tried, but
everything happened so fast.
Yes.
They didn't know how to react.
They didn't know how to react. So I kept pumping, and I told them, call the ambulance, tell them it's very urgent. We're losing him, you know, he was barely moving afterwards, and even after that, the ambulance had to work on him here, like more than half an hour before taking him to stabilize to the hospital, and he stayed there for a while.
And Chris, you're very emotional right now, and why are you so emotional?
Because we never really spoke about it, you know. It's something I think is still fresh there. It reminds me every day how precious life can be, and being a single father, having a son that lives with me, and what could have been the outcome.
If it wasn't for Franklin?
Yeah.
Did he help to save your life?
Yes, he did. I believe if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here that day.
Oh, Chris, who is that?
That's-
Hold your phone up. Who is that?
That's my son. And because of him, I'm able to watch him grow up.
Because of who?
Franklin, now he's 10. He's making 11 this year. He put a lot of things into, with a perspective, you know.